Alright, good evening. Finally got my computer to work, I think. So let's see here. I decided to try out the game that everybody's playing, 60 Seconds Reatomized. I ran through the tutorial just to, familiarize myself with the controls, and then we can go ahead and get into a game. Ooh, shiny. Oh, so these are your trophies. Okay, cool. Just in here. Okay. Alright, challenge, scavenge, survival, full atomic experience, scavenge around your house for supplies and survive the postal ops. Okay. Oh, sorry. Scavenge. I guess we just do Apocalypse. Let's do Ted. Let's set it to the lowest difficulty just to start off with, and begin. And hopefully I can scavenge something. Oh good, there's stuff right here. Oh, okay, I see. It gives you a few seconds to find everything. Sort of. Definitely need all of that. Come on. Nope. Gotta stay down. Timmy! Checkers! Toss it! Axe! Toss it! Triple! We're gonna have like no good wire. Okay, gas mask. Nope. Cool. I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. Oh, that was crappy, but we'll see how far we get. Okay. Alright, day one. Alright, so here we are. The three of us are safe and sound. We just need to make it work from now on. We really wish it was the four of us. ... We can't remember bringing those supplies down to the shelter, but we're not complaining. We probably should have stocked it better. Anyway, looks like we also got bug spray, flashlight, and harmonica. Our shelves are full of cans. We'll eat from cans, we'll sleep on cans, and we'll even talk to cans. Some of us already do. Plenty of water means we don't have to worry about that for some time. This is the best stock shelter we've ever seen. We've never seen another one, but we're sure this is a good amount of supplies. Oh, I didn't grab a map. Alright, so everyone's good for the first day. Play a game, they said. It will be fun, they said. They never mentioned picking one would be so much trouble. Alright, day two. We played I Spy and it was pretty fun for the first 3 minutes. After that, we got bored of the letter W. There's nothing going on with Ted? Nothing new. Mary Jane seems fine today. Hopefully it'll stay that way. Timmy is good. Well, at least he was 5 minutes ago. Time to ration supplies. Everybody's good. Looks like the area is still radiated. Going to the wasteland right now is unsafe unless you don't mind getting sick. Ted is happy to risk his life in the waste. Wasteland is no match for Mary Jane. Timmy is good health. Flew off to his home. I mean, we have the gas mask, so we could prep. What in the hell are those sounds? Are they coming from the goddamn walls? They are driving us crazy. Is something crawling in the air vents? Relax, take a deep breath. We should probably calm down before we start tearing them down. Maybe try something relaxing for a bit. Let's play some checkers. Okay. Having some fun made us forget about... what was it again? All Ted wishes for a few drops of water. Everyone has to drink sometimes, including Mary Jane. Okay, so right now they're just thirsty. This is Mary Jane with the gas mask. Jane went outside. Let's hope she hurries back soon. She took the gas mask. Ted looks like he's got one foot in the grave. Are the walls closing in on us? Is the space getting smaller with every passing minute? We need to get out of here now. Open the door, open the door. No. I don't think that's a good idea if the area is radiated. Oh, radiation. Uh-oh. Keeping the door closed was the right thing to do, but the tensions are rising in our tiny little shelter. Ted isn't thirsty anymore. Ted has gone crazy. Timmy is no longer thirsty. Oh, no, dear. It's not the best time or place to make plans for the future, but we can't help thinking about what we can make of this terrible situation. Is our house still standing, or will we have to move to some forsaken hole like Toronto? Why Toronto? Oh my god, I am only on day 6 and Ted is already deranged. What did I do wrong? Maybe moving away won't be too bad. We can probably make new friends, meet new people, provided anyone is still alive, that is. Ted's mental health worries us all, but we don't know how to help him. Timmy is good. Well, at least he was 5 minutes ago. I don't know what to do about crazy. We're a regular family, so we have occasional argument or two, but it was never as tense as the fight we just got into. No one wants to speak to each other. Let's just hope they won't want us too long. We stopped arguing, but for how long? Ted's mental health worries us all, but we don't know how to help him. Ted needs water. Ted's stomach is rumbling. Some water for Timmy would be nice. We know very little about what's going on outside. It'd be a good idea to find out more, maybe discover if anyone made it to safety. I wish I had radio. That'd be nice. Oh, MJ's back. They say ignorance is bliss. Another day without any clue what's going on might not necessarily kill us. Nothing made us happier than the sight of Mary Jane returning to the shelter from the surface. Only a handful of buildings in our town survived the blast wave. One of them was the local bus station. It used to be the center hub for bums and vagabonds in the area, but now it just stands there empty. We decided it's worth checking out, hoping someone left a few soup cans behind. Our local athletics team was preparing to depart for a championship taking place somewhere in the boondocks. Their bus was full of refreshing water and spare shoes. Unfortunately, none of them were a match for us, so we just took water bottles. Our gas mask was damaged during the expedition. Ted is hungry. His mental health. Great. Okay, so... I wonder if we feed Ted. Will that help? He's hungry and tired. He's dehydrated. I'm just gonna give them. I can't go out. It seems awfully quiet outside. Maybe it's safe, maybe it's not. We don't know until we go out. Well, I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna prep and see what happens. We didn't expect to get a phone call so soon after the atomic bomb drop. Yet here we are, we can clearly hear a phone ringing outside. It must be a public phone booth on the other side of the street. Should someone go answer it? I'm gonna send Ted. Maybe that will help his mental state to go outside. Nope. Okay. When we answered the phone, we could clearly hear, excuse me, a gasp of relief from our caller. Sorry guys, it's like almost 11 o'clock at night. They introduced themselves as survivors from a nearby town of Hill Valley. We had started exchanging information when the call was cut short. Something must have gone wrong on their side. We hope they will get back to us. Hungry, mental health, hungry, thirsty. She has to rest. Salvation. Axe, maybe? I guess I'll send him with the axe. I don't know. Timmy went out to the wasteland. We don't know what he will do if he doesn't come back. We were discussing plans for our first meal that didn't feature tomato soup when we heard yells outside. We discovered that they came from a small group of ragged survivors. They were a sorry sight, and we weren't surprised when they requested aid. They asked us to provide anything we could: water, food, or medical supplies. Ragged survivors. I mean, they could be bandits. I've seen other people play it. Could be bandits, or maybe they could help us in the end. I think I've got plenty of soup, so I'll give him the soup can. Oh! Ted is good. Ted is good. Our visitors had problems finding enough words to express their gratitude. Many tears were shed, smiles and hugs exchanged, and they wished us all the best. It's a great feeling to help someone out. They left soon after to seek shelter in the ruins of our town. We hope they make it out there. Ted is no longer crazy. So maybe helping the strangers helped Ted be uncrazy? Yeah. When Mary Jane is tired, she becomes cranky. She should be better in a few days. We can keep sitting on our backsides here in this tiny little bunker, or we can start thinking about getting as far away from as possible from this radioactive wasteland. Who would have thought the Reds would ruin such a lovely neighborhood? We could do it on our own, the escaping part, not the ruining part, of course. However, there might be someone out there who can help us. Let's keep our eyes and ears open. Well, we don't have a radio. Unless Timmy comes back with a radio, it's not gonna happen. Hopefully, Timmy comes back at all. If there is one thing we need to do, it's to use a radio on a regular basis to catch any emergency broadcast that might have transmitted to our area. It's either that, or it's strolling around outside waiting to get picked up. The first option sounds a bit more sane. There's never a good time to go out to the radioactive wasteland, but it seems this will become a necessity in this new world of ours. We thought it would be a good idea to make this happen sooner rather than later. We planned a trip outside. Before we could make the third step beyond the shelter doors, an unknown creature started growling at us in the darkness. We had only moments to decide what to do. Maybe use a flashlight. Doggy. Doggo. We decided to check what's coming for us with our flashlight. Guess what? It was a dog. The poor thing seemed tired, so we let it stay with us for the night. The next morning, we opened the door to let it out. It still hasn't returned. Hopefully, it will come back later. Mary Jane is tired. She gets cranky. She'll be better in a few days. She's thirsty. She's starving. Let's see. He is starving. He is starving. Please, Timmy, come back. When we opened the bunker door this morning to let some fresh radioactive air, we discovered a small suitcase on our doorstep. There was no note on it, and the neighborhood seemed empty. Should we take a look? YOLO. We gladly accepted this sudden gift, and despite our suspicions, it turned out it was just a regular tomato soup that we all know and love. Thank you, kind stranger. It's really weird when you get the feeling that something is watching you. Our shelter is tiny, but has been bugging us for a while now. We checked all the closets and no one is hiding there. Is there something alive down here besides us? Maybe a rodent of some kind? If so, we need to show it that we are the dominant species in this little paradise of ours. I mean, I have a weapon, but I don't think I have bullets. We'll see what happens. Okay, well, we didn't break it. That's a good thing. Whatever it was, it's gone now. Quite gone. Maybe there is more hiding somewhere in one of those nice, nasty little holes. Ted is hungry. He's hungry, thirsty. Okay. We are not alone. There's a huge, hairy bunny beast. Bunnicula! that seems to be hiding in one of the pipes. It's been poking its head out, eyeing our measly food stash. We can't let it get to it. We can't let it be in here when we sleep. I guess we'll use the weapon again. Our cans are saved. Too bad for the hairy mutants. Guess we're still on top of the food chain. Good for us. Ted's stomach is rumbling. Blah blah blah. Needs a drink. She's fine. Open in the name of freedom, came a shout from outside our door. We weren't sure who claimed to be representing freedom, but we could hear it was a group of people, probably armed. Anyone who introduces themselves like that is probably planning to kill someone in the name of freedom. Should we open? Absolutely not. Jimmy's back. And that's a lot of water. We stayed silent until the group on the other side of the door went away. They didn't show up afterwards, so we figured it was the wise thing to do. Let's just hope they don't come back in greater numbers. We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and is safe with us now. The local school is a big building a mile away from our house. Nobody liked that place. The atomic blast didn't change that. Now, without windows and a few walls remaining, it looks more unpleasant. Pleasant or not, it seemed like a good spot to hunt for some useful supplies. The biology class had an aquarium. The fish had died, since no one fed them, but the aquarium water could still be drinkable. That seems rather suspicious. I don't think I'd drink radioactive aquarium water myself, but there's enough for a few bottles. The PE teacher was a World War II veteran He kept some of his war trophies and memorabilia in his office at school. This included grenades, a bazooka, and a fully functional gas mask. We returned from the expedition, but our axe didn't make it. Can we spare some? Let's see. Check on Timmy. She's hungry and tired. She's starving. Let's go. We're not certain about the situation on the surface. A trip could be risky, but we could really use the supplies. We got a gas mask, so we'll go on an expedition. Because we still don't have a radio. As long as we have food and water, we can stay locked in, but we'll have to leave eventually. It could be good to head straight to safety instead of getting ourselves into more trouble, if that's even possible in this situation. Our hope is that our brave soldiers will come to rescue us and take us to some well-hidden, well-stocked government shelter. Timmy had comics about those, so you know they must exist. All we need to do is to make contact with the military. There's one thing we need to do, it's to use a radio on a regular basis. We don't have a radio. There's some Mary Jane with the gas mask. Enough sitting around, it's time to visit the service and look for additional supplies. Because what we don't have is a med kit, so I don't need any medicines. Ooh, Jed's looking a little rough. Mary Jane went outside. Let's hope she hurries back soon. She took the gas mask. Timmy needs to rest. It needs to water. He's good. We found an unsigned letter today. The stranger asked for our help. Apparently there are a few survivors in grave need of supplies, and we have a chance to help them. They're saying that we won't regret it, and we would make several people very, very happy. Should we do it? Okay, let's do it. I really have no idea what a lot of these things do, so I'm just gonna go with my gut. The authors of the note turned out to be twin siblings, a brother and a sister. They greeted us happily and took us to a small tent where they started handing out the supplies we brought to a small group of hungry survivors. Between them were people of all ages, including children, the elderly, and even a mime. Why is a mime listed separately? The siblings shook our hands and proclaimed that this is the beginning of a new friendship. They promised to contact us again soon. Hungry. We were about to take a cautious peek outside when a furry beast jumped at us. Good thing our hearts were not battered by a fat, heavy hamburger diet, because it was our dog friend. And not a mutant lurking to chew our bones. Good boy. He seemed to be hungry. Shall we give him something to eat? I think we're okay. If Mary Jane comes back with food, we should be okay. If not, this could... I don't have a radio, so I don't even know if I'm going to survive this round. The dog was back to his former self in under an hour. We don't know what they put in that soup, but man, that stuff is good. We decided the dog needed a name, and the right name for him was Pancake. Come here, Pancake. He was a good boy. Pancake stayed around for a while, but was gone next morning. We can bet he will be back. We played a game of list the things you hate the most, and our neighbor's name kept coming up for some reason. That reminded us that the little weasel had a safe in his living room. We always wondered what's inside. Maybe now's the time to finally find out. But who will do the honors of stealing possessions from our arch nemesis? Said Timmy. Why does Timmy look so sad? I mean, I guess it is a public shelter. Oh, we got a map! I just realized. It took a second. We opened the safe. We heard a loud bang, and the room was filled with thick, nasty smoke that smelled of rotten eggs. Bastard booby-trapped the safe. Sure, it slowed us down, but it didn't stop us from taking his most prized possessions. Take that, Ned. Too bad we won't ever get the stench off of our clothes now. So we got a map. Timmy, is it feeling well? Oh no. I'm gonna give him food and water because he's sick. On our way back from the last expedition, we noticed some drawings on half-ruined wall nearby. It was a very crude map of our town, and one place was marked with an X. Maybe it's someone's secret stash of soup. Shall we go check? I mean, he's already sick. I got a book. We're lucky to have spotted that map. The spot marked a small hiding place. We found some useful supplies there. We're either going crazy or this entire shelter is crawling with little insects, or worse. It's worse. They're spiders. And not some miniature ones, but huge, furry, and very creepy beasts. We've got to do something about them. Well, we're gonna do some bug spray. We don't need anybody else getting sick. When it's us or them, there shouldn't be any reservations when it comes to choosing your arsenal. We knew those spiders stood no chance against well-aimed bug killing spray, so we used it. When it was over, the few remaining spiders fled. We started cleaning up and claimed an unexpected prize, a soup can that we didn't notice before. It was well hidden in the shadows and under a few layers of dead spiders. Ew. That presents for that odd image. It looks like he's got one foot in the grave. Yes, he's very sickly. I'm just gonna give... Oh, no, he's 3. We don't have a radio. Oh, come on, MJ. Please come back with the radio. Please come back with the radio. Oh, you look like you've seen some things. And you broke the gas mask. If there's one thing we need to do, it's to use a radio. Well, we should have a radio. Nothing made us happier than the sight of Mary Jane returning to the shelter from the surface. Our poor house was completely destroyed above our shelter. It's really sad and devastating. Where will we live after we get out of this mess? Surely fate is not cruel enough to keep pushing us to Dolores' sister in Toronto. The only recognizable furniture in the kids' room were burned desks and Mary Jane's bed. There was hidden stash under the bed. It was full of soup. So we got 2 cans of soup. All right. Our kitchen is a pile of rubble. It took us weeks to find those lovely chairs that matched the floor tiles. Now they were nowhere to be found. Only a few bottles of water remained scattered in the dirt. And we got 2 bottles of water. The muddy swamp, which used to be our toilet, is now home to something that remotely resembles a mutated turtle. After exchanging a few pleasantries, it gave us anti-bug spray and wished us all the best of luck. Okay. Our gas mask was damaged. This last expedition got us thinking maybe we could just drive away from this nightmare somehow. Of course, most of the automobiles available are completely burnt out. But if we find a solid base and scavenge enough parts, perhaps we could build a vehicle of our own. We better keep an eye out for those for future expeditions. Alright, he's fatigued. She's tired. Guess we'll just give them water. Ted is vigorous enough to withstand the hazards of the wasteland, but Timmy's already sick. And if we lose Ted, we lose the game. It's been a while since we showered. The smell in this tiny shelter is far from roses as it can get. We had thought of washing ourselves. Too bad we didn't grab any soap along the way, but maybe we could make do with something. Not washing the bug spray. That seems like it would. It seems like it would make you sick. Unless this just doomed. Oh, this just doomed us all. Maybe I should have washed with bug spray. Okay. The world has ended. Who cares about showering? We can get used to it. Adapting shouldn't be hard. It will be like camping trip. It will. Oh no, that smell is just terrible. Don't puke. Don't. Suspicious looking stains cover parts of the page. Oh. Great, everybody's sick. Okay, Willie's hungry. She's hungry. I'm just gonna feed. You know what? I'm just gonna feed and water everybody because they're all sick. This is not good. Not good. Timmy went out to the wasteland. We don't know what to do. Hey, it's Pancake. Our friend is back, but he seems very nervous and he keeps barking and jumping. When we opened the door, he rushed out only to come back a moment later and bark at us again. Maybe we should follow him. What gear shall we take? Yes, the only gear we can. Oh, and she's hurt. The old saying goes, better safe than sorry. The rifle seems to be the right choice of gear for venturing into the unknown. We didn't expect to run into trigger-happy folk who started shooting before asking questions. Gunshots were enough to send Pancake running. We got back safely, but he didn't show up. Better safe than sorry might not be the best choice of words if you got shot, and that's what happened. One of those thugs had good aim. And now Mary Jane is very much hurt. A sleepy-looking trader saying no. Someone's a-knocking. Our grandparents always told us never to buy anything sight unseen, and we're not about to start now. Gone are the times of yard sales. We can manage without whatever junk is in that mysterious bag. He hasn't recovered from his illness. Twin siblings have paid us a visit, asking if we have a map of our town in the shelter. The group is becoming bigger every day, and they're slowly running out of space in their tent. So now they're traveling through the city looking for a good spot to make camp. Any worse times at Timmy with that. This is my first playthrough, so I mean, I'm doing everything absolutely wrong, of course. Unfortunately, we couldn't be of any help to them today. The siblings understood our situation and promised to come back from time to time. Someone paid us a visit today. It was overly cheerful, red-haired woman, accompanied by a grumpy-looking mercenary type who was Probably her guard. She told us she was a trader and eagerly showed us the items she'd brought along. They offer a radio for bug spray. They offer a gas mask for... Well, I think it would be prudent to get bug spray for a radio. So we need a radio to get out. Managed to work out a deal. The woman also gave us some tips about surviving in the wasteland, but her advice seemed pretty useless. We already know that radiation is dangerous and that hitting a rat with a stick will eventually kill it. We thanked her and said our goodbyes. I'm just gonna feed them and water them because they're both sick. Now that we have a radio, we can finally do this. And Timmy's back. Let's see what Timmy got. He brought back the map. He brought back some cards, it looks like. We knew it. The government has not fallen and they're coming to save us. They didn't give exact dates in their radio transmission, but we're sure they won't keep us waiting long. They said they will be in touch in a couple of days and told us to await further instructions. We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back. The nuke did most of the destructive work, but gasoline reserves under the nearby gas station blew up as well. All that was left of the place was a crippled cashier's booth and the remains of several cars. Someone might have thought 60 seconds was enough for a gas refill and a quick getaway. They thought wrong. There was an abandoned truck in line for the gas pump. We immediately recognized the logo of a well-known company on its side. Yep, the Canned Soup Company. A few water bottles were scattered around the cashier's booth. We also got bug spray again. A deck of cards was laying about just outside the booth after picking them up and counting them out. The only thing missing were the 3 sixes. It might sound paranoid, but we think someone followed us. Let's just hope that doesn't happen again. We window shopped nearby parking lots for a vehicle that wasn't completely burnt out. Unfortunately, we found nothing of value. Maybe future expeditions will be more lucky. I got plenty of supplies, so I am gonna just feed and water them all. That is the only one who could go on an expedition, but I don't think... Timmy and Mary Jane are in need of some physical exercise. Letting them run around outside in the wasteland seems a bit too adventurous, but they could play tag inside the shelter. It's not like we're having any expensive vases or antique dishes down here. No, they're gonna break something. And they're sick. They need to lie down. There's simply not enough space around here for any activities. We can barely stretch without putting elbows in each other's eyes. The kids weren't exactly happy about it, but it's about time they got used to the situation and understood the rules of the shelter. No running. We were about to go to sleep when we heard scratching coming from the door. At first, it sounded like an angry rat trying to eat the damn thing. We soon discovered it was something much worse. Someone is on the other side of the door trying to pry it open. We need to act. Let's lock it. What happened to my lock? We didn't think that a small padlock would stop them, but it turned out to be enough to discourage the unknown attackers. It seemed that they gave this whole break-in a fair shot, but ultimately gave up and left. Too bad that padlock is in no shape to be used again. We need to think of other ways to fight off bandits and other soup-hungry barbarians. I'm not having any luck at all. Hungry. She's in agony. Oh no. Mary Jane used to be cheerful, but lately she's feeling a bit down. She clearly misses her music lessons. She keeps humming her favorite classical pieces, imitating the sound of the tuba. She said she would die for a chance to play it again, which may very well happen if we let her out of the shelter. If this would help to bring a smile to her weary face, maybe we should consider letting her out for a short walk around the house above. I mean, it's a restaurant. Mary Jane got very excited and we agreed to let her out for her tuba. She said if she can't find the instrument, she'll settle for anything else she can find, like some sheet music. We sure hope the tuba didn't make it. We're pretty sure we prefer radio static or even the sweet sound of silence. Mary Jane went outside. Let's hope she hurries back soon. How about we put that radio to good use? Something might be on air. Well, she came back. We were able to tune in and get rid of just enough static to listen to a very energetic and lively speaker. He seemed well informed and mentioned a few helpful tips that should make it easier for us to survive the next expedition. Mary Jane came back. Can't send Ted on the expedition. He goes, we all go. We saw something strange on our way back from the expedition. A chain of lights in the horizon, pulsing and flashing in a chaotic manner. It didn't make much sense to us at the time, but we discussed it in the shelter. Timmy said it might be a secret scout signal. We would need to check out the signal by himself and decode it using a scout book. Sure, I have We haven't seen Timmy this excited in a long time. He decoded the flashing lights as a scout signal indeed, which means some of his friends are still around and kicking. Unless a few bandits found a scout book laying around and they're now trying to lure innocent kids into a trap, Timmy wants to prepare a coded message and try to transmit soon. Timmy's looking very pale. Mary Jane's injuries were enough to make her angry at us, or at least the fact that we decided not to do anything about them. When we got up, we found a note from her claiming she deserves better and that she left for Canada because it has better public health care system. I mean, she's not wrong. You live in the United States or work in the healthcare industry. Is she wrong? But R.I.P. Fatigued, sick, starving. Alright, a woman came by with a creature she claims is a camel. Reminded that camels have 5 legs. The animal is carrying a pack of goods for trade. 2 waters in exchange for a med kit. Oh. Oh no, they want to give us water in exchange. No. Oh, it needs to be the opposite. In the end, we decided her offers were not for us. Maybe another time if she ever comes back. Timmy prepared a short message to be transmitted tonight. There are a few options on how we could be done, so let's try to pick the best one. Or just back out completely. It's not too late to give up on this idea. Oh, let's use a flashlight. Timmy went outside and climbed the highest point he could find, which in our situation turned out to be a fallen over truck with 2 more cars stacked on top of it. Probably not the safest place to be, but he managed to transmit the message successfully and return safely. Now we wait. The twin siblings contacted us again. Today they visited our humble shelter, saying they're looking for a map of the nearby area. They plan to find a relatively safe place for a new camp that could accommodate their whole group and anybody who would want to move in with them. A plan of the city would be very helpful in their situation, at least to help organize their scouting expeditions. I mean, at this point, I don't know if I'm gonna make it, so... We were happy to see them again. We quickly handed them our map and pointed out several locations that might be worth checking out. They left before it got dark to still get a few hours of scouting in daylight, but they said they would definitely be back again to share some news and friendly chat. We hope they find a good place. Maybe we could visit them when the camp is ready. Some of us are keener to go outside than others. Either way, it's time to choose the most able... I mean, maybe nothing. Just something like nothing. Then we went out to the wasteland. We were never huge fans of mushrooms, but a colony of them is growing on one of the walls. We've changed our loyalties. We're all about mushrooms now. I don't know, that seems super sus. We may be hungry, but there are just some things we will never eat. Wall fungus is one of them. Another broadcast from the military. They said they needed to locate the general area we're in and that they want us to leave specific markings close by. They said the markings should be cards. Playing cards. How strange is that? We're supposed to go out to the nearest bus stop and pin the card denotating our head count there. Weird, perhaps. But if we're doing it, the time is now. Okay? Sure. Playing cards. Why not? The cards are in place. All we need to do is wait for the army to pinpoint our location. That shouldn't take long now. Ted's stomach is rumbling. Something should be done about Ted's sickness. It's not easy to be calm in these circumstances. Hopefully we will keep our peace, or else we might need to act like wolves. Survival of the fittest and all. It's hard not to worry considering our current situation. Some days we're still struggling to deal with this shelter life, but we can't lose hope. I'll give him water since he's sick. There isn't a lot of space down here and we can smell everything. When one of the wall bricks got loose today in our little hole, we felt pretty sick. It's the smell coming from the hole. It's terrible. Should we investigate and remove the source of the stench? Probably. Day 45. What do you get? Oh, we got a gas mask. We approached the hole cautiously and peeked inside. What happened next nearly gave us a heart attack. Some crazed rodent, a reptile or whatever this crazed mad creature was, leapt out and started jumping all over the darn shelter. It was everywhere. We couldn't catch it. Before we could do anything, it pushed our radio off the table. It went back in the hole it crawled from. We never saw it again. We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back. Government is dropping supplies for survivors in the area. They are marked by smoke flares and can be easily seen, but most of them were barely reachable. Despite that, a lot of them were already ransacked by scavengers. How did they do that? One of the food drops broke in mid-air and now is raining soup. Luckily for us, a few cans survived the fall. Some crates were filled with very weird stuff. Why did they drop a crate of rubber ducks? At least one of the smaller crates had some water in it. We forced one of the boxes open and found an impressive collection of stinky cheese and a gas mask. We discovered that eating the gas mask with a gas mask on your face is not ideal since we value our lives and our noses. We decided to take the mask and leave the cheese behind. Our neighbors from another shelter gave us a radio. So we lost the radio, but we gained the radio. They said they found it in one of the dropped crates, but they already had a working radio. We believe that our expedition to the wasteland must have been followed by strangers. We should be more cautious next time. Our last expedition brought news of a vehicle parked just down the street. It sure looked unique, but we never got close enough to get a good look. We're almost certain it's not a bandit trap. Perhaps we... no. I'm pretty sure it's a bandit trap. It might very well be a trap set by some bloodthirsty thugs. We're not about to just fall into their hands willingly. Let's let this go for now. The owner of the vehicle is bound to appear eventually. Something should be done about Ted's sickness. Starvation. It seems quiet outside. Maybe it's safe, maybe it's not. Timmy's been sitting there just staring into space. Is something wrong? Maybe we should have a good look. Let's have a talk. Okay. Even a word or two may be enough to brighten someone's mood. Timmy seems to be better now. Timmy should eat something. He's hungry. Oh no, he's diseased. Oh my goodness. He probably won't last another day. Timmy claimed he couldn't sleep last night due to Ted's loud, incessant snoring. Ted's angrily retaliated by making quips about the size of Timmy's ears, which enraged him even more. He's desperate for a solution. What can be done about this? I don't know. Play some checkers. Timmy eventually settled for jamming checker pieces into his ears. Not what the doctor would order, but it did the trick. He slept well, although one of the pieces is missing this morning. Is it still stuck in his ear? And more importantly, can we still play checkers without it? I'm just gonna feed. They're both sick. Make a deal with a strange man. Ted is hanging in there. Our grandparents always told us. So I'm gonna just at least feed him. Our friends are back, and somehow it's not a surprise that they need our assistance yet again. The siblings were thrilled to announce that the camp has been built and only one small issue remains, a huge nest of mutated cockroaches. They tried to make them go away peacefully, but so far the roaches are refusing to cooperate. An eviction notice simply won't do. They will have to be dealt with in a more violent manner. I guess we can give them the bug spray. And I have no idea if this is a way out. So we gave the group just what they needed to get rid of the unwanted housemates. The insects are gone and their nest was destroyed. so they will need to find another camp to settle in. Hopefully, they will choose a bandit camp instead of bothering decent wastelanders like our friends. Either we get Ted medicine or we never see another day. Oh no, I guess the gas mask. Timmy went out to the wasteland. We don't know what he'll do if we don't come back. Yes, I know Ted needs medicine. Time to listen to the radio. Hopefully they can save Ted before disease consumes him. Once we had waded through all the static, we found a transmission that was hosted by some nut talking about conspiracies and saucer men from Mars abducting people. It was pretty amusing. Another message from the army is broadcasting right now. Their orders are find a good high place, then produce a series of loud noises. They should help attract the army's attention and put them on the right track towards us. Let's play the harmonica. We climbed a small hill at the end of our street and performed a stunning rendition of the Star Spangled Banner on our trusty harmonica. Let's hope this demonstration of patriotism will steer the soldiers our way. So far, the only audience we got were a couple of very surprised mutant cockroaches, which ran away as soon as we started playing. Yes, I know Ted needs medicine. When we heard a knock on the door this morning, we held our breath in fear, but we soon heard children's voices coming from outside. We decided to open up. It turned out to be the voices belonged to a pair of Girl Scouts. They used to sell cookies, but they have branched out and now they offer other items too. They offer an axe for bug spray. They offer a lock for the radio. No. I think I'm fine. I don't know. Oh. You got it. Although the girls are very brave to walk around the wasteland like that, sadly they didn't have anything of interest to us, so we declined their offer. Timmy should have returned by now. We need to face the worst possible scenario. He might not be coming back. Ted has been sick for far too long, and he was too weak to keep going. He passed away in his sleep. Of all places we could have perished, this is probably the best one, or maybe not. We survived for 54 days. So my first playthrough, I didn't make it, but that's okay. You perished. Alright, well that was a good little trial playthrough, you know. So I think this was just a short little trial stream to see if my computer was working. So I'm going to go ahead and end it here because unfortunately I do have to work. But I will be trying this again this weekend, so if you're interested in watching, I'll be on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night. Alright, y'all have a wonderful evening. And stay safe out there. Good night.